Kirby versus Dedede. And as for the last crew battle that I did, someone else will be joining in with me from the Dedede Discord. You're going to get Soul Train. So that'll be fun. Give him the roll. There we go. We will be starting in just a moment. Whoever's first on the lineup, I believe we are getting...
Afternoon, sir. How are you?
Alright, there's Soul Train. How are you doing?
Alright, man. I assume I have to join a room here or something?
Yeah, I'll give you the room in just a moment after I update some things. The first people on the lineup is going to be Kirbyster and K-Rod. Who's K-Rod? Tell me who K-Rod is.
Yeah, so K-Rod used to be one of our sensei here in the Discord back in Smash 4. We don't have that system anymore, but basically the people that would help teach others how to improve their Dedede.
Okay, so he probably knows a lot of things.
He does know a lot of things. We should be seeing some hype stuff here. And if we don't, then I get to get mad at him later.
Okay.
What about Kirbyster?
Kirbyster is one of our active members. He's been in a few crew battles. He's pretty good. But I wouldn't say anything spectacular. I like to be honest here. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens during this first match. Though, what I'm very curious about in terms of this crew battle specifically, this matchup, is how is Kirby going to deal with Inhale? Like, how does Kirby deal with Dedede's Inhale considering its range?
Well, first off, know that the win box is not the grab box, right? And
Okay.
I'm honestly not that familiar with Kirby's. I would assume it's the same thing, just a little smaller, except you get the copy abilities, but you can actually hard punish us. If you are in the win box and not getting grabbed, you can just jab out of it often.
Okay.
Thing is, Inhale is a huge frame commitment. It's like 30 frames cooldown. So if, yes, it does like, what, 10-12%, but the fact is if we whiff it, we're going to eat a hard punish.
Alright. So, yeah, and there's a bunch of things Kirby could do as a hard punish.
Oh,
Many
yeah.
people know.
Okay, just got the ID.
Yep.
Logging in.
Sending the players out as well. Well, hopefully this is going to end up being hype. A lot of the Kirby players are, I don't know, they weren't looking forward to this when they saw it the first time.
Well, I think Oh.
You go. Like everybody is pretty pessimistic in terms of, well, this matchup specifically, because like when this announcement was made, it was just like, oh, I guess we're losing another one.
So tell me, I know we've discussed it in the core, but if you could say again, what changed for Kirby in Ultimate?
Okay, the dash attack is the very obvious change. It's actually usable now. It has pretty good base knockback, and can kill at the ledge at higher percents, though killing Dedede is up for debate. Personally, I'm not sure if it'd be too effective, but it's a decent burst option.
When does it kill like Mario on FD?
Probably around like, well, depending on DI, it'd be around like 120 area. And for Dedede, that'd be much later, but not too much. I'd say less than 170.
It's still nice to have a cool dash attack. But,
yeah.
Okay. Big change. I think your hammer still broke shield in the last game, or was that changed?
Yes, it still does. No matter the charge, forgive me if I forgot about this in Smash 4, but no matter the charge, the aerial version will always do 2 flips of the hammer. Something in the last patch that was or this most recent patch that was changed, that Grounded Stone, or no, Aerial Stone has armor now on startup, which isn't really too effective considering how risky it is.
Like that should have armor on frame 1, just to be like, it's a commitment, you can get punched out of it. Beginning.
Forward throw goes high enough to go onto the battlefield platforms, so combos are basically ruined on a plat stage like that.
Horrible.
Yeah, that was
So
that was devastating.
Ban BF every single time.
Yeah. Forward throw up air specifically, I think, is a dead combo on most characters. Which was Kirby's primary combo starter, just to get a forward throw and up air and then lead into anything else. His combo potential has just been decreased overall.
Decreased in Ultimate compared to Smash 4?
Yeah.
Dude, let's go like petition Sakurai. That's ridiculous. I'm pretty sure everyone got combo potential increased in this game. You saying except for Kirby?
Yeah, because his up tilt got bigger, I think, and then well, you can't really convert off of it the same way because I think it has less hit stun, so they can just act out of it earlier.
I still see Kirby, and I felt some Kirbys when I got to play him getting some crazy combos on me, right? And I swear I was DIing out, air dodging, and they're getting, what, 60% on me? Easy? Straight to an offstage like dare?
Yeah, I mean, the conversions and combos aren't, like, too dissimilar. It's more of the options you pick after something like up tilt or up air, based on where they're at or what option you think they're going to do. They can still get quite a bit of percent, depending on the escape option. I remember when I was fighting another Kirby, I took like 50 or 60 off of one conversion, just because I kept jumping out of things. Now we're going to get into this first match. Okay, Kirby Stir and K-Rod.
Some stuff happened. Now, as I understand, the game plan's pretty simple, right? Kirby's job is to try to get in, bait something out, and get a combo, right? But Dedede is basically trying to outspace and set up traps, and end Kirby's life pretty quick, right?
On the ground. In the air, it's a much different story, because Kirby, well, I'd say is probably the worst of the three Dreamland characters in terms of being able to move in the air. I know Dedede has that airspeed and air acceleration in the air, but
Is the worst airspeed in the game.
he's a lot trickier.
He's trickier and has range. I feel like Kirby's lack of range in the air is what also hinders there.
Yeah, and the range is being shown right now. K-Rod's doing pretty well. Almost tried to dare him off that final cutter. Oh, and the spike on the up B. Didn't respect that whatsoever.
No. And DDs are going to fish for that initially unless they know you're going to punish it, then we almost never go for it. So.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah, I'm seeing Kirby Star fish with a lot of fairs, and is having difficulty get them. But he's going right. He is putting them in that sweet spot, that kind of up in front of Dedede. You can't really threaten there very well.
Was that something that Kirby Star ended up learning through matches, is using Final Cutter against Dedede? I wouldn't figure that'd be too great an option, just considering its risk and its startup.
K-Rod might be letting him, okay, not there obviously, but he might be letting him land it as a conditioning tool, because we can punish it hard if you go for it on the ledge. Our Jet Hammer has armor now.
Yeah, because so it does seem to be the move that he's hitting most often. But yeah. One thing I'm already seeing with K-Rod is that his landing mix-up with Inhale, that's really potent.
Yeah, and good DDDs will do that. The easy way to see a bad Dedede is he mostly just Gordoing, then inhaling, right? And then throwing out an F tilt. But a good one's going to mix it up 50-50. So you're not quite sure where they're going to shield, if he's going to inhale, like what's going on.
Kirby's just desperately hitting those smash attacks, just trying to get something off.
Yeah, he wants to end the stock. Does not want to let K-Rod live here.
No. I mean, it is Dedede. He's a big boy. Wow, caught a roll.
And what's here? Up here for the trap. He's got him on the edge. What's gonna go on?
Oh, yeah. That was the textbook edge guard from K-Rod there.
Yeah, that was a nice dare. I think Kirby should have waited a bit for that up B to recover straight to ledge, right?
Yes. Ideally, he wants to get a certain spacing to be like right below the ledge and still grab it. He was a bit too high. K-Rod could just like jump up there and down air.
He felt it. Felt like K-Rod had some definite Kirby experience there too. Would you say?
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, not taking any stocks is pretty brutal at the start of a crew battle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
K-Rod, he used to be... So he's come a long way, right? Back in Smash 4, he had just made our kind of teaching level at the very, very end. And it was typically a top 10 placer in our tournaments, but our first tournament we had here, he did get first. So he's definitely been putting in some work for Ultimate.
Okay. I had to see what the next Kirby is going to put in terms of work. We're going to get Epic X. Epic X I've also seen around. A few of the pieces of advice they've been throwing around kind of gives the idea that they know what they're doing, but I want to see that for myself. Hand them the arena stuff.
It's odd to me that Kirby dominates Dedede in all the games hands down, but in Smash it doesn't tend to be the case.
It's a different arena. It's just so hard to deal with a character with that big of range, because what people don't like saying about Dedede is that he's just a big fat sword character.
Yeah, he's a sword character with a projectile at best, right?
Yeah.
This isn't there. But so how does Kirby deal with, say, Lucina Cloud types? Is that a bad matchup too?
I'd say Cloud's pretty bad for Kirby. I wouldn't figure Lucina would be too good for him either, considering how good Lucina is in this game. But other sword characters, I wouldn't figure would go too well. Kirby would appreciate having the least range possible for them to deal a lot of damage. So something like Roy would be favorable, but something like Cloud would be devilish.
No, there's some of our worst matchups there too, especially like Lucina just edges us out. The negative of our range, and it's uniquely, I think, hard for Kirby to punish our range because airspeed, right? But a good Lucina can just basically spam nairs and fairs and just drift in on reaction the second we whiff something, because all of our moves have such long end lag.
Yeah.
Nair, but Nair doesn't have range.
I mean, you guys do the best to make it as deceiving as possible with the end lag and landing lag. You guys try to minimize that as much as possible.
And mix it up. And that's the thing. If we're playing, like, Lucina can just, again, like, Nair, and it covers so many different options, cool. But when it comes to... Again, it's just an easier time whenever we're facing anyone with lower airspeed, because that means you're going to be more susceptible to traps. That means it's going to be a lot harder for you to drift out of things, say if we're using a Gordo underneath you to try to force a landing towards us. It's just going to be an easier time here for us.
Yeah. Oh, God. 123 viewers on the stream. Thank you, everybody.
Getting popular today, huh?
So many people. Alright, we're going to see which stage we're going to. K-Rod banned Yoshi's Story and Yoshi's Island. We are using the Genesis list. I know Frostbite released theirs, but we're still using the Genesis one. Probably the next crew battle we do will be using Frostbite or some other majors rule set.
Supposed to be playing Meta Knight? Yeah, there we go.
I wouldn't mind it.
Meta Knight's a lot harder for us. He just kind of racks up damage for free and then tries to fish for a kill.
I've played the matchup plenty of times because I fight Katakuri all the time, if you know him. he thought that Dedede won the matchup in 4, so he probably doesn't think too highly of the matchup in this game either. But that's a different discussion for another day. Right now we're going to PS2, Epic X against K-Rod. K-Rod still has 3 stocks, so we'll have to see how many Epic X can take.
This level is very different than the last. How does this one impact Kirby any differently than before?
I'd say, well, Pokemon Stadium 2 is about as big a center stage as FD is, though the insurance of platforms for landing does make it a bit easier for Kirby. I don't expect too much of a difference, though.
Definitely a different playstyle here. Definitely see K-Rod, like, he's having to adapt and change what was working before, right?
Yeah, and he's committing a lot more often. Probably because he thinks it's not an issue, and that's a dash attack.
Dash attack will take it. And you know what? I honestly would have felt like that was even until that dash attack just ended things. And I think that's one of the biggest defining parts of this matchup. Like, if Dedede is trading with you, he's winning, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, all these exchanges, they build up slowly over time. Just one strong commitment from Dedede, and it's gonna be over. That inhale Gordo is almost taking it.
Yeah, now, a spat Gordo kills at the same percent that our down smash does.
Really? Yeah, I can see it.
Now, that said, it has a ridiculous, like, if you want to count up all the frames to throw Gordo, inhale, and spit it, it's a lot. But it's usually very stale, and you can DI it really well, because Gordo sends you always to the exact corner of the screen.
Yeah, it's corner DI.
Not a killing move. Of course, they did not change the Gordo reflect percent. It is still 2. So, and most startups of most like initial jab hits will not work.
Oh no, he lost it. Oh, that was his last jump. He air dodged a bit too desperately, and that's gonna be it already. That was another insanely quick game from K-Rod, taking 6 stocks without losing any.
I gotta feel bad for Pollo there. That I'm sure that was not intentional.
Yeah, I hope not. I mean, you're sending out the big guns already. It seems.
Is that what you think?
Wait, hold on. There are better people in the bag.
There just might be.
Okay. But the Kirby's just got to get there, though.
Honestly, K-Rod is a big Pokemon Go player, and today's a community day for Pokemon, so he plays with his whole family, so he has to go first, so he can go out and play Pokemon after this.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm a gigantic Pokemon fan myself. I live and breathe the franchise, but I've never been a Go player. Mostly because, like, I don't know, I'm just not really interested in doing that. Just in, like, what it's going for, I'm not interested.
It's an entirely different game, honestly. Yeah, it's just a different market. If you like the strategy and the IVs and the counter picks and the mind reading in Pokemon, that's not Pokemon Go.
No, it's as simple as you can get.
Which is okay and better for some people. Like, I see groups of moms walking around still catching Pokemon, and that's weird.
It's very weird.
And they're like, oh yeah, we're all level 40. We all have, like, back when the game came out, we had like 20 Porygons. I'm like, how is that possible? Like, well, that's all you do. The kids go to school and they walk and play Pokemon. Okay. You do you, girls. Jeez.
Okay, sending Snoo the arena. Man, that looks rough. It already looks rough.
Is banning Battlefield. That's interesting. There might be a personal preference.
The avatar with the pink background is the Halberd Dimitri's. I assume that's what it is. So again, we're getting Snoo next. I believe Snoo was on the Bowser Jr. side of things with the Kirby Bowser Jr. crew battle. I haven't seen his Kirby, but he does co-main them. Where are the bands here? Battlefield and Yoshi's Story. So
Just hates triplats, man.
okay, I'm I'm not sure why that. Snooze a girl. Okay, I understand. So yeah. Why are tripods such a issue for K-Rod?
It's a good question. So, let me talk personally, and then I'll speculate on K-Ride with that. But I know, just personally, because of where I was, like, geographically, it was very hard for me to get to a lot of local scenes, so just a crap ton of For Glory, right?
Mm-hmm.
Experience with triplats, so FD was where I just went for everything. I know K-Rod was a hard For Glory warrior before, but honestly, the triplats, while they might kind of screw up your combos, they do a lot to change a lot of Gordo spacings, right?
Okay.
It's pretty cool spacings on FD, but it's just you have to really practice the triplats to land it right.
Something he doesn't want to do. So I'll stick to my stages without platforms.
Yoshi's story has the tilt on the side that can really screw up a Gordo trap. So that's just like a pure disadvantage.
Yeah, but now we're going to a stage with plenty of platforms, town and city. Another very big, long stage, something that's common with the legal stages with this game. There's so many big stages.
Now, you just saw their K-Rod with the bear. That was one of Dedede's actual nerfs after Ultimate. Our last bear was pretty bad, but it was still one of our best moves, so to say. But they made it a lot smaller, so it actually doesn't hit nearly as low anymore. It used to hit Kirby just by delaying it a bit. So it's, in other words, it's going to be really hard for us to hit you with that really important mix-up from our fast falls.
K-Rod did a landing jet hammer. Probably wanted to see what Snoo was going to do in response, considering that has frame 1 armor on the swing.
It does. I mean, it was literally one of the worst moves in the game. It did need some love.
Yeah, it's become one of the moves where when I see Dedede results, sometimes they just say it's like I'm carried by this move because in advantage, it's so scary.
It's terrifying. And now its shield breaks if it's fully charged. So, like, if you wait, you're gonna lose.
It's over.
Yeah, the best thing to do is run away and let him get damage on himself.
Yep. Another Gordo on the shield. Back here.
Got your guard, let's go for 2 frame. Yep.
Oh, down tilt. Okay, that's gonna kill.
Surprised that kill. That must have been bad DI.
I'm surprised though. I wouldn't figure Snoo would be inputting the stick in a direction to do any bad DI. Maybe just kills that early on Kirby specifically.
So it kills at like 180 on Mario from the center of FD. So
okay.
But those out there
might be Town and City side blast zones. Okay, that's a directional air dodge for sure. It's gonna K-Rod's first stock of the crew battle is gonna be taken with a SD.
You can't kill me, only I kill you.
Okay. Oh, an SD from Snoo.
I'm reading a lot of pressure felt on the Kirby side from K-Rod. He's getting a lot of time to set up a lot of Gordo traps. And I think it's hard because he's mixing things up that he's seeing really unpredictable.
That's what I can describe Dedede as perfectly, with the better Dededes out there. Unpredictable, this character.
Yeah. Best Dededes in the world, though, are those. So there's Big D, and in Japan we have I can't think of the name.
Saki.
Thank you. I was thinking.
Oh, that's a jet hammer on the up B.
Yeah, that's
another unsafe option.
He's been waiting for that the past 3 rounds here, just hoping a Kirby's gonna up beyond the stage.
But it's never a good option.
Really?
I never liked that option. No, like Final Cutter on stage just has like a ton of end lag. And if you shield it, it's a free punish every single time. It's not that difficult.
I will say I've had a hard time punishing it when it's spaced. Not just like the projectile, but it feels like a lot of Kirby's have been spamming it on me. Now, I haven't labbed punishing it, but it feels difficult for me to hit sometimes.
Yeah, but like, most of the time when they're going to be recovering onto the stage with it, then they aren't considering spacing. You're just like, here's my mix-up option. Let me land on stage with my up B. That'll get them, and then they get punished for it.
A lot of bad DDDs do that too. Obviously, his little up-down thing has a lot of end lag, and all you need to do is jump and air dodge as it passes through you, then up smash him for death. But scrubs, so therefore a lot of scrubs use it. SK, well, anything unique you want to say about this Kirby player?
Our lovely owner, SK himself. SK is a pretty good Kirby. That's about as simple as I can make it. I haven't fought as Kirby in a while. We haven't fought just generally in a while, but I can expect him to take possibly a stock or two. He is definitely one of the better people on this lineup.
Well, looking forward to seeing it. Let's hope he can bait Dedede out better. I know K-Rod is mixing things up well, but he's definitely leaning into some unsafe play here. I saw a lot of Gordos, and the more Dedede uses Gordo, honestly, the more punishable it gets. The move is unsafe on hit. It's unsafe at far if it's reflected. There's just a magic range that Kirby has to sit at right outside our F tilt, and he can just reflect it back, and we can't do anything about it.
We're going to Unova. Yeah, as you said, maybe K-Rod is just figuring, oh, I can use Gordo a lot more now. I mean, I've done plenty of work already. Let me just Gordo spam a bit.
He's done his piece. He wants to go home now. We'll see.
It's like I didn't expect to take out every Kirby on the lineup. I just wanted to leave.
We're deliberately fishing when he's Gordoing like that for that hit. If you hit Gordo the frame after we hit it with our hammer, the Gordo will still come out and hit you. If you hit it the frame before we hit it or the frame after,
there's no hitbox on it.
Hit it, it'll still reflect at us. It's just like that magic frame that we hit it with our hammer. We basically try to fish for you to hit it with a hitbox right on that frame 27.
Okay. SK is also using quite a bit of Final Cutter. I guess that's just the option to remove Gordo, but it's so risky. He let go of shield. That's that intimidating thing when you're just sitting there on with a Gordo like above your head at the ledge there, and you just want a shield. You think, oh, my shield's gonna be broken by the next move Dedede does, so I'm gonna let go, and then you get hit by Gordo and put off stage again.
So that was a great... SK just shielded through a whole sequence there. That was really wise.
Ooh, wasn't a full charge jet hammer.
Seconds of charge, so two and change, but yeah.
SK's making good use of the Blitzkrieg dash attack by anti-airing with it. That is one of its specialties. It's a solid anti-air.
I thought he had that read there. I would have smashed there too myself. Now, the use of Final Cutter here is completely unique. He's using it to avoid any of these traps that K-Rod had before and as a punish.
Yeah. One thing, K-Rod didn't SD a stock, so once his second stock is gone, then he's gonna have to SD or something.
Oh, that read though.
Yeah.
The one get up option that didn't work there. Let's roll.
But K-Rod did lose that second stock, even though it says first up there, so it's 19 on the Dedede side. We're still trailing a huge amount, though. F tilt.
The edge. Oh.
We reflected with the up air?
Even the Gordo spit. Very easy to reflect. It's just faster, so it's harder.
Yeah, people just try to jump over it, but oh, Kirby's out of jumps. Ooh, that was a smart recovery.
That was. Like, don't go in. You can see the move.
Ooh, Nair trading with the inhale wasn't quite gonna get the copy. Though he might have preferred to just spin him out. That's a back air. Okay, K-Rod's stock should have been gone. Hey, there we go.
Got it. He knows.
K-Rod's finally out.
Good play by SK. He definitely adapted to what he'd seen before with the Dedede.
Okay, SK did lose the stock.
What are we at? How many did K-Rod take?
Oh god, he took 10. 10 stocks.
13 with one of our other guys.
Really? Alright.
Yeah, against the DD case, he took 13 stocks.
Jesus Christ.
Right?
That's
Like, well, person lineup, he just took out like half the squad. Ugh.
I mean, that's Dedede for you. If you don't know the matchup, you're getting screwed. You don't.
Honestly, we thrive on inexperience. And we did it in Smash 4, we will now. It's just a character that eats punishment a lot, and the fact is, if we're living longer, then we can learn faster. Or at least have more chances to learn, hopefully, in neutral.
Yeah. Could either be that early game syndrome or, I mean, Dedede is better in this game.
Yes, yes, but most significantly in the special moves, right? Just the mere fact that Inhale can spit projectiles is pretty big, right? That it's not, it doesn't make like Mega Man magically good, but the fact that now we can threaten Samus with the turn on Inhale, it makes her think twice about the charge shot, you know?
That's something that Kirby also benefits from, for sure.
Does that work for Kirby's Inhale?
All projectiles, or at least almost every projectile, he can also inhale and spit out as he can either heal them, either instantly depending on the projectile, or choose between inhaling them and healing off of it, or spitting it back out as a star. So he can inhale like fully charged Samus charge shot and then fire it back out as a star and kill her at like 80.
The strength of the shot change on the strength of the projectile?
That's something I'm not too good at, since I mean, I'll be honest, I don't main Kirby, but it either fires out with the same power or a bit stronger.
So we got Tortilla coming with SK. Interested to see. So SK is down 1, right?
Yes. He's SDing now.
Tortilla is one of our Morphonon resonant labbers.
Okay.
Right, he labs out some crazy stuff all the time. So I'd be interested to see how his play style of, I'd say, much more mental, is going to compare and contrast to K-Rod's.
He did inhale the final cutter hitbox, and then spit it back out for 11%.
Yeah, it's a normal like multiplier with that 1.5. So, oh, we're seeing some big combos here from SK.
Ooh, that's the down tilt lock forward smash. That is the damage potential Kirby has once he gets the right stuff.
That's what I see as his biggest threat for Dedede. Just, if you land it right, you're going to do, what was that, 80, 70%?
Yeah. I mean, that's something SK knows. He's one of our better Kirby players. And now he's stuck on the ledge. Whoa, he rolled just in time right before the Jet Hammer hit.
Perfect. And Tortilla was one of the 2 frame. That's something else they changed about Jet Hammer. Now it hits a lot more. So it now 2 frames easy. Like, just the hitbox goes a lot lower, so. Something interesting, he's throwing Gordo, then running up full hop, short hop bear. It's to cover the jump option. It's the most common one we see when people see a Gordo, is like to jump at it, and it's covering that, so. See, right there, you saw it again, right?
Yep.
It's the same thing, but of course it gets stuffed by anyone who just runs underneath, and then...
Yeah, they just get all their stage back.
Exactly.
Final Cutter doesn't seem to be an option that Dedede can deal with, considering Tortilla even parried the Final Cutter hit, and then...
Oh, he did the bird! He did the bird! He would get that. So this is, it's new old tech. This is something we brought. Didn't work in Smash 4.
Okay.
But if we use the C stick to buffer an up tilt from Inhale, we have a 4-frame advantage if you pop, or 3-frame advantage if you pop out of Inhale, like if you mash out.
Okay.
That means there are 4 frames while you're popping out of Inhale, because again, you can just mash out of it just like a grab, where we can input anything and the attack will come out.
Okay.
You can beat it with jumps, with air dodges, but if you're just mashing buttons, up tilt will hit right where you're popping out and kill you around 130, 140.
That's really cool. I've never seen that before. That looks awesome.
Yeah, he didn't kill with it, but he was one of the minds with me that was labbing this foremost, and him and actually a Density were getting some crazy stuff with it. It's like one of Dedede's biggest weaknesses is he can't kill from if you're shielding. Right? Like, we just can't. Once you're past, like, 70, like, good luck. We just throw you off the edge and hope we get a read. Potentially a gimmicky kill confirm off a grab, and we're very happy about it.
Okay. A couple things I saw is that SK is okay. A forward smash on the landing right there. I felt like that was just sort of an option select thing. Oh no, he grabbed on the invul.
Yeah, I was about to say this is looking a very different matchup, and then Tortilla just swings for the fences.
And if you abuse that plat invul, just if they think they're gonna get you now, then surprise, and then throw out the down smash. But I mean, SK did have good option awareness. He did like a forward throw downer off stage, and then instead of trying to go for a footstool since he knew that wouldn't work, he decided to do a jump back air instead and see if he could get a stage spike or something.
It felt like when he was in on Tortilla, he had a lot more command of the situation, right? That he would get in, get a lot of percent, and put Tortilla off stage, get a lock, etc. And it made Kirby seem very scary, honestly.
Yeah, that's something I want to see from the rest of the Kirbys. Have a good idea of what options to choose after your next hits, because that's heavy important when going up against any character with Kirby.
I've got to believe it's frustrating to try to spike Dedede, because if we're like, for example, if you're against a Captain Falcon, I have to believe that your combo where you lock, you knock him off stage, you land a dare, you can land another dare, and that's going to kill 90% of the cast, right?
Yeah.
It's not. We're going to keep jumping, and hopefully you guys might land another third dare, but he's still going to be able to survive on a lot of those different strings.
And I mean, hoping that sequences like that in terms of edge guarding is going to go that way is, I don't know, a little optimistic of edge guarding for Kirby. If it's really linear, like, again, as you said, Captain Falcon, then it should be simple. But even then, Captain Falcon can always recover high when the Kirby commits off stage. They always have to go under the stage to do the dare, and Captain Falcon can commit early and get their stage control back, and even edge guard Kirby.
Yeah.
Something that is really important to note about Kirby, probably about as vulnerable, if not more vulnerable, off stage by footstools than Yoshi. Footstools kill that character off stage. If you want to like go off there and intentionally footstool them, then that's a legitimate option.
How is the Kirby-Yoshi matchup?
I mean, we lost it. It wasn't too good, I'll say. It wasn't too good.
Yeah, it's one of our worst, so I can imagine. It's just, Yoshi kind of does what he wants, you know?
Yeah.
Egg distance, he can approach, he's got the airspeed to maneuver through your traps. It's just not ideal. Alright, so here's our band stages.
Yeah. DSI is a rather patient Kirby. By I mean patient, he'll literally just walk and toss out a hitbox and see if it'll hit.
So that would be one thing I'm seeing a lot. So far, the Kirbys we've seen do is they're a lot more prone to throw at hitboxes, and almost like they have to get and they have to punish. Dedede thrives on that mentality.
Yeah.
When anyone feels like they have to get in and have to destroy us, that's when we start winning. Even whether it's Lucina, Yoshi, Mega Man, you name it. Those are all terrible matchups for us. But if he's going to be a patient Kirby, I would expect to see some pretty dominant play come out here.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. We're going to PS2 again.
Yes, you remember the SD?
Yep.
Gotta say, the connection's been great with both of us on here. I really like this setup, man. I've never seen it before, but it's something I'm definitely going to copy in future crew battles.
I'd like to thank one of our members of the Kirby Discord, Andrew443. He suggested that.
Ladder from 0 to 61%.
Yep. That's the
it's
damage.
That's the Labyrinth Tortilla. He's also been seeing that. So you saw K-Ride going for a lot more just raw neutral plays. Tortilla's going to have the bird. He's going to have that kind of thing in the back of his pocket.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen that plenty of times with Dedede. Those like double Gordo hit conversions, they're ridiculous and they do so much damage.
Going for short hop Gordos, that's something. Oh
That was a smart air dodge, though.
That was a very smart air dodge. DSI is being pretty patient here.
He's waning back, but he's also going in out. Oh, okay, parry the ground smack with the hammer.
Is scary, but it's actually a very easy move to parry because it's so slow and committal.
Oh, jump right into the back here. Doing the crouch taunt.
Very intentionally. Oh, that was a great mix-up on the inhale there by Tortilla.
Wow, they hit back. They hit behind him.
Yeah, it has a weak hitbox inside Dedede, and that's right where Kirby was overlapping.
Now DSI feels very trapped, but he could take this last stock before losing his second.
If that's what inhale beats, is when you whiff attacks right in front of it. If he had spaced it forward a bit, he would have beaten the
God,
punish.
another landing backer, and then jumped right into the Gordo.
I think both of these characters are used to jumping to get out of problems, and a smart player can punish that, right? Because jumping is vulnerability.
I know I'm one of those players who, like, even if they know the projectile came out, for some reason I have an instinct to jump into it. Even when it's behind me, I'll jump into it, and then I get hit.
The trap, what's going to happen here? DSI being nicely patient, waiting it out.
He didn't punish the Gordo hit, though. I feel like he could have punished that, but that's an F smash.
That was well spaced. He baited out the commitment from Tortilla and punished him hard, but I think that was a real solid match from both sides. Both had some nice tech and reads there.
Just, I feel like DSI wasn't taking good advantage of possibly abusing Dedede's landings, because he fell for a few landing back airs from Tortilla. And I feel like he might be able to just up tilt that, considering what you said, it doesn't hit as low anymore, so up tilt might be able to just beat it out. Okay, we're gonna Williams wins.
So Williams wins is, at least in comparison to KR and Tortilla, a bit newer to the court. Definitely been one of our more active members. He wasn't around when we had our sensei, teaching system in at that time. So he's definitely, though, been putting on some gas with Ultimate. I have not gotten a chance to play him yet. So honestly, it's kind of an unknown, but I'm excited to see what he can do. I know he's pretty excited to be in the crew battle as well. So I was glad we could get to put him in here.
Nice, nice. Yeah, it's good to see that new competition come up. I wouldn't be surprised to see him take down DSI and possibly remove some more stocks. What are those sensei teachings? You keep mentioning them like a few times.
So it was just a system we had to help people learn, right? So we had disciple senseis, Dedede disciple, if you will, and Gordo sensei. So by playing a sensei once, you were considered a disciple, which just meant that you wanted to get good, right? And so you could request matches and get feedback of ways to improve. So it was just a formalized mentoring process to help people learn the character.
That's cool. That's cool. I feel like that's something that some other servers should consider a bit, just so people are motivated to get better at their character, but also just get better, like, in general. If you have a system like that.
Having it, honestly, I think kept a lot of people going in Smash 4 when a lot of us would have given up on when Dedede was so bad. But it's the big thing was, like, getting the role is a big deal, right? Because you'd have to play all the sensei in order and not beat them all, but, like, demonstrate that you have, you can play neutral, your combos, you're not going to up beyond the stage 9 times out of 10. Like,
Mm-hmm.
And then also, do you know how to analyze your own play and help other people? That's the harder thing. You can't really teach that. But K-Rod was the last one we had. I think I forget who our first sensei was, but we haven't started that up yet. Obviously, we still feel too much of a new game to start, writing anything down just so. But I think we should get that up and moving soon. Everyone's certainly asking for it, at least.
Yeah. I know I was probably the only person who was critiquing, like, a few times Kirby play back in Smash 4. I still didn't use him back then, but I usually, like, my advice was, like, often my written advice would be over the character limit cap, in terms of what to tell people. I did that a few times, but eventually it was like, I could do this, but also I'm the only one doing it, and it kind of takes a long time to write all of this stuff out.
Yeah. It does. And it's honestly tiring if you got a job, you got a life, and then you want to just handle the basics of Discord, but then you got to write it all out and handle that. It takes a lot.
Sup moves. For the stream, how's everybody doing? How are you enjoying the stream so far? Voice crack. How are you enjoying it so far? How are you all doing? Like to ask that question. We're going to Kalos. DSI's got a SD as 2 stocks.
Williams going for the classic skin.
Prancing and dancing.
On myself, but I guess we can all have our differences. All right, let's see what they do here. Is that true? Like, did DSI input the combo correctly? Because Williams wins just air dodge out of that D throw there.
Yeah, at very early percents, basically 0, down, forward throw to, oh, wait, you said, down tilt downer?
Whatever throw it was, he did a...
Okay, yeah, forward throw downer, that is true, basically, like, 0%. Especially on a big body like Dedede.
I'm sensing a lot of nerves from our player here. He's, again, it's his first crew battle, but...
Yeah.
He's gonna get things in. Reverse inhale? Yep, here we go.
It's a bit of a slow inhale, so DSI definitely wouldn't get punished for it.
Seeing a lot of jumps from Williams. That's something a lot of DDDs tend to do when nervous, not just like in the air, but they'll just jump and thinking that we have to be in the air to do mix-ups. But learning how to play grounded is something that is difficult when you're used to spamming air moves.
Okay. If he did that back air at like 142 and it didn't kill, I'm not sure if that was like a Kalos specific thing. Probably was, considering the stage for Kalos is actually uneven. It's a bit more to the left. Which is weird. Oh, he DI'd in on the up throw! It's not something you should do. You have enough time to just like, DI away.
And I notice here that Williams is landing a lot more on stage. Definitely something that I think a lot of people that might be a little less experienced with DDD will do.
That 85% damage.
Yeah, that was that one combo?
Yeah. Just one string. Oh no, the Gordo! All that damage that DSI did in that one combo just going to waste as he loses his last stock.
I'm happy for Williams. I know he was really scared right there, but...
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. But, I mean, that's not to say anything too bad. Like, he went for a lot of anti-air options. He did, like, full hop jump back air and full hop jump forward air. Like, he was trying to catch some sort of jump, but DSI just wasn't giving him any of that. DSI knows that he has to stay grounded a lot of the time. That's where Kirby shines, is his grounded game. It's excellent.
Yes. Now, I'm really curious to see if Williams can pace himself here. I saw him pushing a button almost any time he wasn't in end lag. So if he can slow this down a little, either just not always Gordo, not always inhale, not always jump fair, just wait. And it's probably the hardest skills to do nothing, right? But we'll hopefully get to see.
Waiting is one of the most powerful skills in Smash.
Some life tips here, guys. It's all about the silence in between, the internal peace.
And we're going to get Derps next. Seen him a few times. I'm wondering what he's going to do against this massive penguin.
Yeah, hopefully with punish, right? The bait and with punish, but it was really unfortunate there. That last kill happened. You saw that tip of the Gordo. There's again like just the initial few frames right when we hit Gordo are right when you guys can't make contact. But if you just that's when I feel it's most frustrating fighting Dedede. I actually hate the Ditto right now in Ultimate because of that part of that move. Like frame 28, 27 of Gordo throw, when we hit the Gordo, if any of my moves touch it then, it's going to hit me instead. I'm like, ugh. So I'm actually currently trying to train up a Pichu just solely to be able to trash on people in my Discord so I can point fingers at them, because I just... too annoying to have two Gordos out at one time. I'm like, no. Like, I know what you're going to do, but because I'm Dedede, I can't punish it with anything other than my own Gordo, and now we're just doing jank, so...
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I've started going towards that way with my own matchups. I'm a solo Meta Knight main myself. I just played one of the best, our region has one of the best Bayo mains. Geist, if you know him. Oh my god.
Like now.
He's such a monster. It was my first time playing him with Meta Knight against his Bayo in this game, and oh my god, it felt impossible. So I'm training up an Olimar for that because I don't want to deal with that matchup anymore. I'd rather just like try and body her as best I can.
I know Bayonetta got a lot of issues, but you don't feel like Meta Knight can punish them as fast? Because
what Meta Knight lost to with her in Smash 4 is what she still has in this game, if you get what I mean. She still has really good normals that have a big enough range that Meta Knight can't stuff them out. And the ladder combos honestly weren't too big of an issue, at least for me personally, because I could always just like SDI out of them. And I could always just get the damage back because I had my win condition as well. Bayo's playing neutral more often, and her moves are just so big, and I can't contest them. It feels terrible. But, I mean, that's a different matchup. Right now we're getting into Tenant City.
Brooks versus Williams. Williams with 2 stocks. And is he going to remember?
No. Oh, wait. Oh, well, no.
He's got 2. Oh. There we go.
Yay!
Just needed a second is all.
Okay.
And off we go. The first blue Kirby we've seen, I think. That's my personal favorite color. Although that demon dark Kirby is pretty badass too, in my opinion.
Oh, the Meta Knight Kirby.
Yeah.
It's either a love-hate relationship with Kirby players, if they like it or hate it. I'm a Meta Knight main, so I have to live by that color. Blue Kirby is one of the most popular ones, but getting into a color discussion with Kirby is asking for asking for the doors of hell to break loose. So it's. I mean, Derps is getting decent damage, but it's just a lot of it's a bunch of just random hits after another.
Yeah, and again, trades are what is always in Dedede's favor.
Gets a down tilt trip into the grab.
Is that a 33% trip like others, or is it different?
Yeah. It's a 33% trip. I still call it the most unreliable setup move. Like, you know, when there's a move that'll just trip randomly, okay, random smash. When there's a move that'll just trip randomly, you know, you wouldn't want to just go for it since it's like RNG. When there's a 33% down tilt,
you have a beautiful purple shield.
Yeah. You have that idea to just like, okay, I gotta commit to it since it could trip, but also it's 33%. I don't like relying on luck like that to get my setups, but down tilt is one of the strongest setup moves that Kirby has, probably the best one.
Is it safe when it's spaced correctly?
Yeah. It's basically his best move, along with forward air.
Oh, we're not gonna get stretchered off today. Thank you.
Yeah, those stretchers are hopefully long gone. Seen enough of those in Smash 4.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no. I did like the idea that Williams had there, but just did an up air right after the down air.
Trouble's tight. So I liked actually a lot. Williams did do some changes there. I did see him waiting a bit. He might have heard me, but he did still definitely have a habit of jumping a lot. Just if Kirby's next to him, he jumps. And those initial jump frames and startup, it was a weakness that I saw Derps punishing several times.
Yep. Okay, who is next? Hotsy Totsy.
One of our main labbers in the Discord right now.
Okay.
So Lily did not get to be a sensei last time around, or I forget if she was I believe it was a disciple. But in Smash 4, definitely on a learning curve. So I believe we fought a few times, and I did correct with her a lot of negative habits with just throwing out moves and not being patient. But I know this person has actually been getting a lot of great results lately, just in a few locals. So I'm really excited to see the play happen.
Okay. Lillian's just has to exit out. There we go. Alright. Sent the ID to Hotsy Totsy. There are just 2 more players left on the Kirby side of things. Well, next on the lineup after Derps is going to be Ken109, our star, our star of the show, if you will.
Is that a mod in your Discord, or was it?
He is a moderator. He's might be admin. I don't know why I'm forgetting now. I don't. When Kirby players go to tournaments, do they tend to have secondaries to cover bad matchups, or are they strong solo mains? I think most Kirby players actually just stick to Kirby solo, which it's really dangerous. But some Kirby players just pull through. A few players, Komoda from Ohio, and excuse me if I butcher the pronunciation, but Juice Cook from Europe. He's also one of our better Kirby players, but he doesn't participate in crew battles like this. He just attends tournaments and does well.
Okay. And yeah, Derp kills 1, and then we're good to go. Let's see you do it, Lily. Do us proud.
All right, I want to see what Hotsy Totsy, or rather Lily, is going to do here.
Yeah.
Okay. That's something, again, as mentioned. Dedede being an unpredictable character. Lily landed with the nair and then just did a down tilt right after. Derps thought it could be punished, but
oh, unfortunate timing on that shield there.
Yeah, it's just gonna get punished. So
F Smash was actually nerfed in this game. It was a lot better than the last. The only change is it now has a much bigger sour spot area. Sweet spot. If you're in the sweet spot, it will break your shield. Charge characters with a little bit of charge, it'll break anyone's shield. So it's kind of a mix, but the fact is,
what? Killed at 87.
That must have been bad DI.
And that game went so fast.
I feel like I looked away to get some water, and then suddenly...
That's how much time it was. Barely over a minute.
Well done, Lily. You're doing it well.
Alright, again, last on the lineup, Ken109.
109. So, would you say Ken is one of the strong Kirbys, or
yes.
Any background there?
Yes, he's... Of the people who actually participated in the crew battles we have, Ken109 is probably the best one we have. He's super unorthodox, though. You're going to see the weirdest things from him, and they're going to work.
In like taunt canceling, or you mean like?
No. I think you have to see for yourself.
Right, you have to see it. Lily's got some interesting stuff too, so hopefully some hype moments here.
Oh no, some of the Kirbys are getting at me about solo Kirby's stuff. I'm saying the better ones, all right. You know, I'll call you out, but some of the best Kirbys end up doing the solo journey with Kirby. They somehow make it work. I wouldn't be able to wonder like how they do it, but
I wonder why his name is Ken 109. Is that, I guess, to differentiate from Ken, like the more well-known Melee player, or
there's so many Kens. But what is the 109? I don't think I ever asked him about that. I felt like he explained it at one point, and then I just forgot. It must have been a long time ago.
maybe he's Barbie's Ken,
Or,
the 109th one.
God, she's been with so many Kens.
She's pretty old at this point, man.
Somehow the face is still the exact same.
Plastic surgery, you know.
Plastic is fantastic. Are we gonna see Ken hop in here soon? Yep.
There he is.
I know I've heard a couple times Ken has been using other characters other than Kirby, but I think he's been sticking it through. He's a stubborn guy.
I mean, honestly, so far I'd say 50% of our DDDs in here today were all Smash 4 DDDs.
Yeah.
Right? Half and half. And it's like, I feel like to play Smash 4 DDD or Kirby, you just prove that you are a very stubborn individual. That's stupid why you're talking about it, but
For sure. For sure. I mean, what draws new players to DDD with this game? Is it just like its personality?
So I would say three things, right? Number one is the fact that he's very beginner friendly, because if you don't know Smash at all, right, and you just jump on and get DDD randomly, the fact that you have 5 jumps, including the one from the ground, and a recovery that goes really high is just going to make it nice for you, right? Like when I try to teach my wife how to play, she picks Kirby because he has a ton of jumps and can get back easy, right? Because newer players just like getting back easier. But the fact that it kills earlier and that most players that are very new,
yeah, it's a noob. It's a noob killer.
Right. He really is. Now, and of course, you get higher up, the worse he gets. But he's just very noob friendly initially.
Okay.
Of course, when you add the personality to it, it's even more to that. That's why I fell in love with the character.
Oh God! Everybody in chat is saying the crouch. That's the main reason. It's the crouch.
That's another big one. It's just, and that was arguably his biggest buff in Ultimate, right? The fact that before he had this innocent kind of Bambi-looking crouch.
Then he squints and smirks.
Now he's like, ladies.
Like he really does want to be drawn like one of their French girls.
He really does. Back in the day, I made one of the first DDD guides with my 3DS using a potato phone to record it, and that was the main, number one thing I highlighted. Like, you have to fall in love with this, or don't bother playing DDD, because you got to be drawn like the French girls.
Okay, we're going to FD, and I guess, oh, okay, so, Lily wanted to go to FD Rainbow Cruise, but then Ken 109's like, I'm the one counterpicking, we go to Omega Green Greens.
That's hilarious. I feel Omega Green Greens is apt for this situation.
Lily asked the right questions, which song, and then, Ken 109's picking City Trial!
City Trial! It's getting real now. Ken wants it.
God. Ken 109 loves Air Ride. Every Kirby player who's played that game loves Air Ride to death, but I've never played it, but all of them will defend that game to the ground because City Trial's the best thing ever. And it did get remixed in this game. It's a very good remix. Oh, okay.
Not gonna lie, I've spent hours turning off so many songs on some stages I don't like, so I can just hear my top 3.
Okay, this may potentially be the last game.
Last Kirby, let's see what he can do.
Okay, starting off with the ground final cutter.
Lily did she lose a song?
No. No stock lost from Lily. At least as far as I know.
That use of the Final Cutter, I've noticed in so far your best Kirby's is clutch to completely shutting down a lot of Dedede's traps here.
Yeah, it seems, I mean, they're going to be using Final Cutter from far away, so it's not like Dedede is going to be able to punish it.
Yeah. Like, what are we going to do? Just chuck a Gordo? It's way too slow, so...
Yeah, and kind of want a knight just running under the Gordos. And then just
like that exact spacing, right at the edge, is so safe.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I mean, Kenna 9 has the lead right now.
He does.
He's playing defense solidly.
He's reacting, right? He's not trying to get in. He's just kind of Final Cuttering and forcing Lily to get pressured. And that is where a lot of Dedede's fall through, because we're used to people running at us, getting frustrated and losing.
Yeah, and I see Lily doing what you've been saying with Dedede is that they love people just like going in mindlessly, and Lily is spacing just out at a range where they think Ken is going to go in, and then he doesn't go anywhere there. So, and then just lands a hit. Stocks trading.
Players getting some good kills right there. Yeah, that was a great bear. So Gordo Spit is actually safe up close. It's our only safe move.
Yeah,
so
I think I noticed that one time.
Normally inhales like 27 frames and lag, but the Gordo Spit's only like 3, so we actually could do something out of it.
Okay. He landed on stage, but the spacing was just enough so where he wouldn't get dash grab for it.
That was perfect.
Okay, doing another Final Cutter. This seems like if you don't have Final Cutter, then you lose this matchup like -3. But Ken, I know I've heard him a couple times. He thinks this matchup is even. So
interesting. So I am seeing a lot of whipped inhales never get punished, and I know it's hard because inhales done is like, you know, it's supposed to be a read, supposed to be helpful, but you can smash that hardcore from the back.
Okay.
So if you saw the space in there, Lily hit Ken with the hammer, but the Gordo still came out without hitting him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, this Final Cutter is so stale at this point.
Yeah, he's doing just another Final Cutter off the ledge. Okay.
That was a really interesting exchange. They're both adapting really well to each other.
Ooh, that's a spike, but Dedede's gonna get back, of course. I didn't expect the high up B.
But Kirby got buffed in patch 2.0, right?
Yes. He has that killing F tilt now.
What else did you want?
I mean, any kill move would be good. So, I mean, that's not too bad.
I think that Final Cutter was too stale to reflect Gordo. I'll punish that hard. Yes.
Yep. The stocks are being traded back and forth, but Ken is the one at the taking it last out of these two stocks. So you might see his end being met soon. Oh, whoa! That was really suspicious DI there from Ken.
That spike would have murdered.
Okay, gonna have to see what Ken does.
And definitely like Kirby I've seen for advantage state. Like he's definitely just landing things that I haven't seen before.
Oh no!
Oh.
What was the option there? What was the option there? He knew he wouldn't get back to stage because up B on the other side doesn't grab the ledge. So what was his option? What did he think to do there? Did he once he get the spike, it wasn't going to be strong enough to kill Dedede?
Thirsted hard for the kill.
That was way too thirsty, man. Okay, I mean, that's awkward, anticlimactic way to end it, but Dedede's won.
I can say honestly learned a lot about Kirby, but I gotta say really great job, of course, to K-Rod leading off first. Definitely a strong performance coming up there.
10 stocks. Didn't lose a stock for like their first 2 matches.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Leave some for the kids.